7 7 14 plus 14 28 plus 8 36 meter. So our displacement will be 36 meter and distance will be 48 meter. This is the answer. So chalo, let's go to this next question. If you require, you can take screenshot of this board. Okay. So next question, a ball is dropped from a tower. In the last second of its motion, it travels a distance of 15 meter. Find the height of the tower. G, we have to take 10 meter per second square. So any question, you can make this question by drawing some diagram. So that should be easy. That will be easy. So let's take this one is our tower. So that stone or that ball is dropped from here. Means here velocity is 0, initial velocity. Dropping means we are just putting like this. So initial velocity we have to consider here 0. And last second of its motion, it travels a distance of 15 meter. Means it will drop here, drop here. So total height it will drop h, height of the tower. And it will, suppose last second it was there, here to here it drops. It is taking 1 second to travel this distance. So this distance they said that 15 meter. Sorry, 1 second, and this distance is 15 meter. So according to diagram, see this one is h and this one is 15. So this height should be h minus 15 meter. So you know this equations of motions, or we can find out this time here. So we can find out time. So let's take this total time is t. To here it takes t time. So we can say that s equal to ut plus half a t square. You know this, ut plus half a t square. So here to here s means displacement is h equal to u to 0. So that should not be considered. So now half a value should be g. Acceleration becomes now acceleration due to gravity, and t square. If you solve this equation, this 2 will be coming here. So gt square, that should be equal to 2h, and t square equal to 2h by g, or t equal to 2h by g root. So this one you can consider, this one is your formula for anything you are dropping. So it will travel h distance when it will take t equal to root over 2h by g. If you remember this formula, you don't have to follow these steps. So anyone can start from here. So this one is your t. So t should be equal to, according to our question, this one. So now, and this time should be equal to, this one time should be equal to t minus 1, because it was 1 second and this will be t minus 1 second. So now we can write t minus 1 second, that should be equal to root over 2h. Now that height covered by h minus 15. So h minus 15 by g. So we are having now two equations. So now we have to solve these two equations and we have to find h value from this. So if you take these two equations and you are squaring, so t square, so we'll get 2h by g, and t minus 1 square equal to 2h minus 15 by g. So now we have to square both, just calculate this one. So from there we'll get t square minus 2t and plus 1, that should be equal to 2h by g minus 15 into 2, 30 by g. So now from there you can take this part right side and you can put this t square equal to 2h by g from this relation. So that should be 2h by g minus 2t plus 1 equal to 2h by g minus 30 by g. Chalo 2h by g should be cancelled. Both side we can cancel this one. So then we will get this 2t. So 2t. So we are taking this one right side and remaining part that side. So remaining part we have 30 by g should be, that side becomes positive, that means 1 plus 30 by g. G value if you put 10 value, so that should be equal to 3. So that is 2t. So from there we will get 3 plus 1 4 and this 2 was there, we have taken here 2. So that is 2 second. So that means time has taken 2 second here. So from there we can get this h value from this equation, or we can use this equation. So 2h by g equal to t square means 2 square. So that means 2h equal to 4 into g value is, we can put 10. So h equal to 4 into g value 10 divided by 2. So this 2 and 4 cancel, finally 2 into 10, 20 meter answer. Okay, so you can take screenshot of this page and let's come back to the next question. Sure. So this one is one more question. So starting from the rest means you can consider u equal to x. Achha. Starting from the rest, first question, first line they have given rest at t equal to 0. That means when t equal to 0 we have taken, and you are starting from rest means initial velocity is 0. A car moves in a straight line with an acceleration given by this accompanying graph. So that acceleration time graph is given here. So the speed of the car at t equal to 3 seconds. So they asked speed. So chalo, let's find out first acceleration value. From this graph we know this one is your straight line. Of course this straight line slope is negative. No? We know the slope is delta y by delta x. That means tan theta equal to dy by dx, or we have their acceleration and time. So slope here we are having that m we can write, that should be equal to minus, since slope is negative. So delta y is this one. Delta y is 0 to 5 means 5, and delta x is this one. So 5. So slope is our minus 1. And that equation is straight line. So of course this equation is y equal to mx plus c. So y is variable here, acceleration, we can write here acceleration is equal to m is minus 1 into x is your time, x-axis is time, plus c value. C value is that value where x equal to 0. That means x means this y-axis. Y-axis where that cut, it is 5. So that means it is 5. That means acceleration is equal to minus t plus 5. So we have acceleration, now we can find out the velocity. So how to find velocity? Just you have to see that equation. Acceleration is nothing but rate of change of velocity, which is minus t plus 5. Okay? Minus t plus 5 acceleration. So dv by dt, so dt we can take that side. So now we will get that dv equal to minus t plus 5, and this dt will be multiplied here. So now when you require that velocity, both side we can integrate. So integrate dv equal to integrate, both side we are integrating, so minus t plus 5 dt. So t equal to starting point means t equal to 0. They have said in that question here, and u equal to 0. That means here starting velocity is 0. And final velocity we have to find. Let's say this one is v. And final time is t. After t time, what will be the velocity? So from there we'll get integration dv is v. Our upper limit and lower limit would be 0 to v. That should be equal to. Now if we integrate this one, so that will become minus t square by 2, because t power 1 is here. So plus 5 into t and limit 0 to t. So finally 0 to b means b minus 0 gives you b, that is equal to minus t square by 2. Again t and 0 when will be upper limit is and lower limit will be 0, then just we put this upper limit only, plus 5 t. So according to question, this is the velocity function of time. So they said velocity of the car or speed of the car when t equal to 3 seconds. That means v of 3 seconds they have asked. So that means minus 3 square by 2 plus 5 into t is 3. So finally minus 9 by 2 plus 15. So we'll get 2 here, minus 9 plus 30. So 30 minus 9 is our 21 by 2 is, it is nothing but 10.5 meter per second. So we are having fourth option. Okay? You can take now screenshot and we'll go to the next question. Chalo. So next question is an object moving with a speed of 6.25 meter per second square second. Okay. So this is the speed is accelerated at a rate given by dv by dt they have given. So deceleration or retardation dv by dt, which is of course this one will be minus sign because it is retarding. So 2.5 into root v. So where v is the instantaneous speed and the time taken by the object. So they are asking the time. So time you already see that only two functions, velocity and time function. So we can separate these two functions, two sides of these equations. So dv means that side we can time that side and take that side time, and that side we can take velocity. So we can write dv by root v, we can write here, that should be equal to minus 2.5 into dt. So now we have to integrate and we will get that velocity as a function of speed as a function of time. So now if you integrate both sides, dv by root v, that should be equal to minus 2.5 integration dt. So we started from t equal to 0, an object moving with a speed. So started from 0 to t. After t time we are finding velocity, and we are starting from initial velocity, they said initial speed 6.25. So that should be 6.25 and rate is given by this one. So this one is our, we can say, final velocity. So from there we can get this relation that 1 by root b we can write v power minus 1 by 2 and dv equal to minus 2.5 integration dt. So this will become now v power 1 by 2. So this minus sign we can take here and we can write that rest, that means they have said final velocity is 0. So you can put it here 0. So this is 0 and this is 6.25. Chalo v power 1 by 2. So that we can use the power formula of this integration. So power formula is x power n if there is there. So n plus 1 by n plus 1. So n here minus 1 by 2. So that means we are having minus 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 1 by 2 plus 1. And this one is, we can say, 6.25 and it is 0. And minus 2.5 integration dt will get t and 0 to t. So minus 1 by 2 plus 1, that means 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2 only. So that means v power 1 by 2 will get, and here we will get 1 by 2, and this will become 6.25 and this one is 0. So now we are having, that's, we can take this sign minus that side, and that is 2.5 into t. So this 2 will be coming here. Let's take this minus sign absorbed, and this limit is interchanged. So now we can write v power 1 by 2 means we are having root v, and this 2 will become numerator, that should be equal to, and here 0 to 6.25, and here it will become 2.5 into t. So now this will become 2 into, so root over 6.25 minus 0 equal to 2.5 into t. So finally we will get t value they are asking. So root over 6.25 will get 2.5. So you calculate this one, root over 6.25 is 2.5. That means 2 into 2.5 equal to 2.5 into t. So this 2.5 and this 2.5 will get cancelled. Finally t equal to 2 seconds will get that answer. Okay. So you take that photo of this image, then we will come back for the next question. So next question is, particle is moving with a speed v equal to b root x along the positive x axis. Calculate the speed of the particle at time t equal to tau, assuming that the particle is at origin at t equal to 0. That means that particle started from origin. Okay, that means the particle started from 0, 0, 0. Okay, so they said first part, the velocity is equal to b root x. Okay, along positive x axis, it is moving positive x axis, and calculate the speed of the particle at time t equal to tau. Okay, they are asking speed, and the particle start from origin, that means it is starting from 0, x equal to 0 to it started, and it question came in 2019. Okay, so now we can write this one, v equal to, so see that function here velocity and this one is displacement. So we can write, so dx by dt, and that should be equal to b root x. So now again, so the previous question we have discussed, like x part will be one side and t part will be another side. So now take this x part one side, x by dx by root x, that should be equal to b into dt. So now we have to take that limit now. So to get that x value, so integration dx by root x equal to b is constant dt. तो b constant, इसलिए हम लोग बाहर लिए. तो टाइम इक्वल टू 0 से स्टार्ट किए, t टाइम तक गए. So again that particle starts, or object starts from origin, that means x equal to 0 to, suppose it moves up to x distance. So now we got that limit and we can integrate now. So that should be again x power minus 1 by 2 dx and 0 to x limit, and that should be equal to b into integration dt, will get 0 to t dt. So if we integrate this one, like previous question, we have taken x power 1 by 2 integrate. So that should be x power 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 1 by 2 plus 1 and 0 to x equal to b into t. Okay, and limit is 0 to t. So when we are having that lower limit is 0, that we can put that upper limit only. So that should be 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 is 1 by 2. That means you will get x power 1 by 2 by 1 by 2. That should be equal to b into t. So that is 1 by 2. This 2 will be numerator. So this 2 and x power 1 by 2 is nothing but your root x equal to bt. Okay. So from there we can write that root x equal to bt by 2. Chal. So now they said that particle time is tau. So now we can type time tau, that speed, they are asking speed again. So speed will become now this equation will give you speed. So speed equal to b into root x. So that means b into root x is our, we can put this value, and b tau by 2. So this is the value of root x. So root x is b tau by 2. So finally we will get b square tau by 2. So check that answer, b square tau by 2. So this one is our right answer. So we'll go to this next question now. So this is also JEE question in 2004, and a block is moving downward in smooth inclined plane. Okay, so let's draw this picture or diagram so that you can understand that question properly. A block is moving downward down a smooth inclined plane starting from rest. Okay. So you can take this one is our diagram. One block is here. This block is start moving from rest. So this is our block. It is starting from rest, means u equal to 0 we can take. And at t time t equal to 0. So that means when t equal to 0, it started. And Sn be the distance traveled by the block in the interval t equal to n minus 1 to t equal to n. So suppose t minus 1 time that block is here, suppose t minus 1 time that block is here in time of t equal to n minus 1, sorry, n minus 1. So after some time, when t time it blocks here, it is t equal to n time, it reaches here. Okay, so then they said that Sn be the distance traveled by the block in the interval t equal to n minus 1 to n. So that is given here Sn. So this is the distance travel Sn in the in the interval of t minus 1 to t equal to 1. So n. So now they ask that Sn by Sn plus 1, what will be the answer here? So now we can find out. First we can say this one, suppose this one is our S1. So we will get this S1 equal to, we know this formula, S equal to ut plus half a t square. So first of all, u equal to 0. So this term will not bother you, or this will not disturb you. And now acceleration value you have to find when the time is given n minus 1. So you can get, first you see that acceleration along this is g sine theta. Is it correct? So we have done in that a lot of examples. Along this we have g and this one is theta. So this will be theta. So g cos theta along this and g sine theta will be along the inclined. The acceleration along the inclined plane is g sine theta. So we will get S1 equal to half acceleration is g sine theta and time is our n minus 1. So n minus 1 square. So similarly, so this one will be the S2 value we can say. So S2 will become 1 by 2, acceleration is same g sine theta into n, time is now n, so n square. So now we will get Sn. Sn value is nothing but S2 minus S1, this one value. So now Sn value will become S2 minus S1. These are not square, okay? So now S2 value we can put 1 by 2 g sine theta, 1 by 2 g sine theta into n square minus 1 by 2 g sine theta into n minus 1 whole square. So from there we can take 1 by 2 g sine theta common. We forget the theta. So from there we will get n square first term and second term we will get n minus 1 whole square. So that is very few simple calculation. This one we have to put a minus b whole square formula. So that will become 1 by 2 g sine theta and that will become n square minus, so n square minus will become minus 2ab, so minus and this minus will become positive 2n and this minus and here 1 square, so 1 square is positive, so this minus will get minus. So now n square and n square will get cancelled. So finally we are having 2n minus 1, so that is Sn equal to 1 by 2 g sine theta into 2n minus 1. So they ask that Sn by Sn plus 1. So now we are having Sn by Sn plus 1 is equal to Sn value, you can put this value 1 by 2 g sine theta and 2n minus 1 and Sn plus 1 means all values will remain, we have to put g sine theta and in the place of n we have to put here n plus 1. That means we have to put n should be n plus 1. So now minus 1. Okay. So now we will get Sn by Sn plus 1, that should be equal to, see this part will get cancelled. So 1 by 2 g sine theta, 1 by 2 g sine theta. So that becomes smaller now, see. So now we will get 2n minus 1 is numerator and denominator is n plus 1 minus 1. So n plus 1 minus 1. Again this minus 1 plus 1 will get cancelled. Okay. So finally we will get that answer is 2n minus 1 by n. Okay. So something I have missed, I think so. So see that calculation n plus 1 and that should be equal to, 1 second. Acha. We forget the 2 part here. We have 2 part here, no? So 2n plus 2 here. 2n plus 2. So 2 minus 1 gives you and we'll get. So now we'll get here. So 2n and this 2n and this 2 minus 1 is 1. So now we can check that answer. 2n minus 1 by 2n plus 1. So second option will be the answer. Okay, so we'll go to this second question, next question. You can check once. Okay. See, this question is from Advance 2018 question. Okay. The ball is projected from the ground at an angle 45 degree with the horizontal surface. So let's try to draw the diagram. So this one is your axis system. Let's take this one is our x-axis and this one is our y-axis. A ball is projected from the ground at an angle 45 degree. So 45 degree, by making one angle we have projected with u velocity and this one is 45 degree. So what how that it looks like? So that path will be projectile motion, so it will be like this. So 45 degree with the horizontal surface, it reaches a maximum height of 120 meters. So they said this height is, let's say this one is h is equal to 120 meter this height. Okay. And returns to the ground upon hitting the ground for the first time. It loses half of its kinetic energy. So when it will be rebounds here, after that again it will rebounds, when it will lose its half of its kinetic energy. Whatever this energy here before collision, energy will be half. So if the velocity here u, so what will be the velocity here? Let's find out. So first initial kinetic energy 1 by 2 m u square. Okay, because velocity here u, so when it will be hitting with u velocity, that time also hitting with same velocity, because this profile is symmetric. So that should be equal to initial kinetic energy. So that half of the kinetic energy lost 1 by 2 into, so final kinetic energy is 1 by 2 m v square. You understood this line? It loses half of its kinetic energy. So now if half of the kinetic energy is lost, then we can take half m, both side we can cancel. So from there we can get that u square is equal to v square by 2, or we can write that, okay, so this formula we will be using later. So immediately after, it rebounds with velocity of the ball, makes an angle 30 degree. Now they said this angle is 30 degree. That angle also changed. So after 30 degree angle making, so it again makes an projectile motion, and it horizontal surface maximum height reaches after rebounds in meter is. They ask again it will follow the projectile motion. So what will be this height they are asking? Let's say this one is h. According to question you have to find out h value. Okay. So okay, we can use that h formula for projectile motion. What is the h formula? H is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g. So first case we are having that one is 120 meter, h is 120 meter. So that should be equal to u square sin square. So when it is throwing with u velocity or u speed, that time angle was 45 degree. So you can put it here 45 degree divided by 2g. So this is our one equation. From this we will get that u square by 2g, u square by 2g into sin square 45 degree. So sin 45 degree is 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2 whole square is 1 by 2. So that means this one is equal to 120. So we can find out that next part. So this height. So h will be equal to u square sin square. So now theta becomes 30 degree. So we have to put it here 30 degree divided by 2g. Chalo, let's find out. So u square by 2g we are writing, and sine square 30 degrees. So sine 30 degree is sine 30 degree is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 r square means 1 by 4. So from this equation we can get that u square by 2g is equal to, so this 2 will be here, so 120 into 2. Okay. So now we will get that u square by 2g is equal to 120 into 2. So that will become 120 into 2 and this divided by 4. Okay, sorry, 4. And wait, one mistake we have done here. See, that velocity should not be here u. So when h is equal to, so that should be equal to v. Okay, so this will be v. So v value we can put it here from this relation. So v square equal to, we can write 2 u square. So we can put it here, v square equal to 2 u square. So now we'll get, so h is equal to, so v square equal to 2 u square, we can write 2 u square and divided by 2g into 1 by 4. So now this 2 will get cancelled. So u square by g we are getting. So but we are having that u square by g is equal to, so that should be equal to wait, something is missed here. So that should be equal to mu square equal to v square by 2 equal to this one. So half of kinetic. Here we have done that mistake. So that energy is more. No? So this energy is half of the kinetic energy is lost. Here we have done that mistake. See, that will be final kinetic energy is half of the initial kinetic energy. So that 1 by 2 will be here. So now from there we will get that v square equal to u square by 2. So we will put it here from v square equal to u square by 2. So we will get that h equal to v square equal to u square by 2 into 2g, as well as we are having 2g and we are having 1 by 4. So we will get that u square by 2g into 1 by 4 to the 8. So now u square by 2g is our 120 into 2 divided by 8. So we are having there 4. So 120 by 4 gives you 30 meter. So 30 meter is the answer. Clear? So now we'll go to this next question. Chalo. Okay. So this question is an inclined plane of inclination 30 degree. So let's draw this inclined plane so that you can understand that question properly. So okay, so we are making that inclined plane and angle is 30 degree this side. A ball is thrown at an angle of 60 degree with the horizontal. So that one ball is thrown. So this angle is 60 degree this side with the horizontal. This one is your horizontal line, x axis, and this one y axis. So 60 degree angle. So we have thrown one object or ball with u velocity, let's say, an angle 60 degree with the horizontal from the foot of the incline with a velocity of 10 root 3. That means they have said u equal to 10 root 3 meter per second. Then the ball will hit the inclined plane in time. So they are asking time. Okay. Flight time they are asking. See, once you see that when we are taking inclined plane, projectile motion in inclined plane, we have taken this one is our y-axis and this one is our x-axis. Okay. So now, so flight time is nothing but 2 perpendicular component of u by perpendicular component of g. That means u, velocity of that perpendicular component, means perpendicular to the axis, x-axis. So now that velocity along this u, so along this velocity will be how much? Okay. And g component, g is along this, so perpendicular to g is how much? So of course this one is g cos theta, of course, and when this one is theta, so sorry, 30 degree, so cos 30 degree. And your u, so u velocity will become perpendicular component, means, so we can take this one our 30 degree here, so this one will become, so again this one is 60 degree, so u velocity along this will become u sine 30 degree here. So that means we are having two u component, u sine 30 degree by g cos 30 degree. So finally flight time is equal to, we have to put this u value, 2 u is equal to 10 root 3 10 root 3 and sine 30 is, so we are having that u is equal to along this, so u, okay, so sine 30 is 1 by 2 and g cos 30, so g value we can put it here 10 and cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Clear? So now we have to do that simple calculation, so this 2 will be cancelled and this root 3 cancel, this will become cancelled. So finally t equal to 2 seconds. Okay, so this will be the answer. So let's go to this next question. Okay, so I think this one is the last question from this session. So okay, let's read the question first. Car started at t equal to 0, that means that car started from here, t equal to 0. This one is time axis and this one is given acceleration axis. So started from 0, that car started from here and its acceleration versus time, and shown in the figure, find the distance travels in 30 seconds. They are asking distance travel in 30 seconds. Draw the position time graph. So first we will find out the distance travel in 30 seconds. So see that first 10 seconds it accelerates with 10 meter per second square. So 0 to 10 second, so this one is time. Okay, the acceleration value is 10 meter per second square. So we can find out the displacement, that is s equal to ut plus half at square, because it started from t equal to 0. So started at its acceleration versus time. So we can find out s1. So u is 0. So you can take that half a value is into t square. So first displacement here to here when it goes. So half a value is 10 into t also 10 here. So 10 square. So we are getting here 5. So 5 into 10 square is 100. So 500 meter. So again now see that 20 is equal, t time is 10 second to 20 second. Sorry, it looks like 26. So 10 to 20 second we will be finding the distance traveled by how much. So again, so we have to find out first velocity, then we can find out distance traveled. So it started from 0, so v equal to u plus a is how much? Acceleration, a value 10 into 10 is the time. So after 10 second, first 0 to 10 second, it speed or velocity becomes 100 meter per second. Because we need that velocity, that means that will be that initial velocity when it starts from 10 second. Because it's 0 to 10 second, it becomes 0 speed to v speed. So v speed is 10 meter per second. Now 10 to 20 means it started v speed, initial speed is v, now it will become again final velocity how much. So first we will find out that v velocity is 10 meter per second. So now we will find out s2. So how much distance travels in 10 to 20 second. So that means ut plus half at square. So s equal to ut plus half at square. U is 100 into time is 10 seconds. See, so time is, this time duration is 10 second only, because 20 second minus 10 second, it is 10. So ut plus half acceleration. Now see that acceleration 10 to 20 second acceleration is 0 here. So 0 into, so whatever t square will be put in. So finally this term will not come because this one is 0. So that means 1000 meter. So now we will be calculating 20 to 30 seconds. So t 20 second to 30 second. So when we will be calculating 20 second to 30 second, that moves here to here with uniform velocity because acceleration is 0. That means that will be the v velocity here. So now initial velocity is v here and final velocity I don't require because s3 is equal to ut. So that means u is v here 100 into time duration for this one also 30 minus 20 is 10 second. So 10 plus ut plus half, a value is, now see, a value is minus 10. So this will be minus 10 into t square, 10 square. So displacement will become 100 into 10,000 minus, so 10 by 2 we can get it here 5. So 5 into 10 square is 100, 500. So finally we will get displacement is 500 meter. So now once you read that question, whatever they are asking, it is distance. So distance, sorry, it will be 500. So distance is your S1, S2, S3. If we get that value is negative, that time also we have to add this value because it is distance. So if they ask displacement, then we can have a simple algebraic calculation. They are asking distance. So whatever it is minus or plus, that does not matter. You have to take all values positive because distance is always positive. So S1 is, we are having 500. S2 is, sorry, 10 is left. So 1000 plus 500. So finally 2000 we are having. Okay. So now last part of the question we will be doing. So and draw the position time graph. So if we take this position time, here time we are taking, this one is your position S we are taking. So now we can do here first 500 meter we can do here, 500 meter we are writing meter and here t in second we can write. Okay. So this one is 1000 we can write here and this one is 1500 and this one is 2000 and this one is 10 second, 20 second, 30 second, 10, 20, 30 we are taking. So first 0 to 10 second, it accelerates. So acceleration graph is our parabolic graph, right? So this 10 second, first 10 second, it will be parabolic graph. Okay? So next distance is 10 second to 20 second. It moves 1000 meter, but it is moving with uniform velocity. Uniform velocity means S versus T graph will get straight line, because slope here is constant, means S distance and time graph gives you speed which is constant. So up to this one will get straight line. Okay, and third part of this part is 1500 to 2000, that means remaining 500 meter, this 500 meter, it is deaccelerated. Deaccelerated means it is speed continuously decreases, that means speed decreases graph is this one. So you have to now take up to 30 second, this will be like this. Okay, this one. So this one is our distance and time graph. So thank you everyone, and I am winding up this video today. See you next video. Thank you.